Hi, everybody. I wanted to join you today to work on together a tapping script, which is EFT, which is what we call tapping. It's the emotional freedom technique. And a lot of times while we are working on feeling more fulfilled, on meeting our need for feeling safe when life and circumstances are provoking anxiety and we're feeling tempted with more cravings, we are looking for food to give us that sense of safety, that sense of security. This tapping script can really help us to physiologically in our nervous system that feels so edgy, and we're just sure that we're only going to get that release when we eat something, to give our bodies that sense of safety and release by acknowledging what's really happening and moving through. So here's a reminder of what are the tapping points. We always start with the karate chop point. We move to the top of the head, above the eyebrows, side of the eye, under the nose, the chin, the collarbones, and then under the arm. And these are the points on the body where we're storing energy. And by tapping on them while we're speaking out loud, we're going to allow that energy to move through us instead of getting stuck in these cycles of emotional eating and emotional stress. So I want to encourage you to change any words of the script as you go to make it more personal, or to follow along as many times and return to this video whenever you need. This script is specific to trying to cultivate that sense of feeling safe when we don't feel safe around us. And that can be in circumstances that are change, circumstances where it's out of our control, money challenges, work challenges, children challenges, family challenges. I know that this can help me and it can help you to avoid more emotional eating and live at a healthier weight and live a healthier life emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Let's get started. Okay, we're going to do the setup on the karate chop point. Even though I feel the need for certainty, I feel the need for security, and I often turn to food or emotional eating to meet that need, I deeply and completely accept myself and my feelings. Even though I feel like food and emotional eating give me a sense of stability and control in my life, I know there are healthy ways to meet my need for certainty and security. I choose to explore those options now. Even though I feel overwhelmed and uncertain about the future, I choose to release my dependence on food and emotional eating to fulfill my need for certainty, and I choose to find healthier ways to meet that need. I feel the need for certainty and security in my life. I often turn to food and emotional eating to fulfill that need. I feel like food gives me a sense of control and stability in my life. I know there are healthier ways to meet that need for safety and security. I choose to explore those options now. I feel the need for certainty and security in my life. I often turn to food and emotional eating to fulfill that need. I feel like food gives me a sense of control and stability in my life. I know that there are healthier ways to meet the need for certainty. I know there are healthier ways to meet that need for certainty. I choose to explore those options now. I feel the need for certainty and security in my life. I often turn to food and emotional eating to fulfill that need. I feel like food gives me a sense of control and stability in my life. I know there are healthier ways to meet my need for certainty. I choose to explore those options now. I choose to love and accept myself. The fact that I have these needs, the fact that I have these desires, and the fact that I want to explore how to handle things differently. I choose to explore those options now. I choose to explore those options now. I choose to explore those options now. I choose to release my dependence on food and emotional eating. I choose to release my dependence on food and emotional eating. I choose to find a healthier way to meet my need, to feel safe, to feel certain that I know things are going to turn out okay. I release my need to turn to food and emotional eating for certainty. I release my need to return to food, to feel safe, to feel like things are going to be okay. I love and accept myself that I still feel a need for security. I still feel a need to know that things are going to turn out okay, no matter how they feel right now. I love and respect myself, and I acknowledge this need. I feel uncertain about the future. I feel uncertain about the future. I feel uncertain about the future. I often turn to food and emotional eating to cope with that uncertainty. I often turn to food and emotional eating to cope with that uncertainty. I know that relying on food and emotional eating is not sustainable. I know that relying on food and emotional eating is not sustainable. I know that relying on food and emotional eating is not sustainable. I love and accept myself, even when I still mess up and choose emotional eating. I am willing and I want to explore more options. I am willing and I want to explore more options. I choose to explore those options now. I choose to release my dependence on food and emotional eating. I choose to release my dependence on food and emotional eating. I choose to release my dependence on food and emotional eating. I choose to find healthier ways to meet this need, to feel more certain and to feel more secure. I choose to find healthier ways to feel more certain, to feel more secure, even when things are outside of my control. I release my need to turn to food and emotional eating to solve the things outside my control. I release my need to turn to food and emotional eating to make me feel better about things outside my control. I release my need to turn to food and emotional eating to feel better and for control and stability. I recognize that my need for safety, to feel certain, to feel calm, to feel trusting that things are going to turn out okay is 100% valid. I recognize that my need is valid. I recognize that my need is valid. I also recognize that food and emotional eating are not the best way to fulfill that need. They don't satisfy me the most, they don't satisfy me the best, and they don't make me feel better in the long term. I recognize that food and emotional eating won't satisfy me the best, won't serve me the most, or help me in the long term. I choose to seek out healthier ways to feel more secure and in control. I choose to seek out healthier ways to feel more secure and in control. I can find security in my relationships and my connection with others. I can find safety and calm in my relationships and connections with others. I can think about relationships that when I use them, I feel more calm and more certain, even when there are things going wrong outside my control. I can find certainty through my daily routines and habits. I know there are daily routines and habits that make me feel more calm and in control no matter what's happening around me. I can find certainty, I can find safety in my daily routines and habits that make me feel better in the moment and serve me in the long term. I can find certainty through personal growth and development. Every day that I feel like I'm improving as a person helps me to feel better about the things that aren't in my control. Every time I work on my growth and development, it makes me feel better, even when there are things that are outside my control, things about the future that I don't know how they're for sure going to turn out. I release my need to rely on food and emotional eating for calm and security. I release my need to rely on emotional eating and food to give me this sense of calm and security. I am open to exploring new habits and routines that provide stability. I am open to using my relationships to feel more calm in times of trouble. I am open to exploring new routines and habits that give me a sense of calm and certainty. I am open to exploring all my relationships that help me feel better and supported in times of trouble. I am confident in my ability to change and grow and learn. I am confident in my ability to change and grow and learn. I am confident in my ability to change and grow and learn. I am committed to finding healthier ways to fulfill my needs. I am committed to finding healthier ways to fulfill my needs. I am committed to finding healthier ways to fill my needs. I release my dependence on food and emotional eating to get the release I need from stress and anxiety. I release the dependence on food and emotional eating as the only way I can get my needs met. I love and respect myself, and I acknowledge that my needs are real. I love and I respect myself, and I acknowledge that my needs are real. I acknowledge that I have habits, routines, people in my life, and the ability to grow and change. I acknowledge that I have habits and routines, loving people in my life, and access to tools to grow and change. I choose to use healthier ways every single day to meet my needs, to feel more calm and certain despite and because of all of the things in my life. I love and respect myself. I choose to find loving ways that help me meet my needs now and are good for me in the long term, like my habits, my routines, my relationships, and my ability to grow and work on myself to create that sense of calm, control, and security, even when life circumstances are triggering me to feel uncertain. I know I can cultivate that sense of calm and control within myself. Take a deep breath, raise your arms above your head. Feel the vibration in your body, that more positive vibration. Feel all the tension, all the stress, all the uncertainty rise up into your fingers. Feel it, feel it, feel it. And on the count of three with a big exhale, release. Feel drip out of your fingers. Feel the cravings leave you. Feel a sense of peace, a sense of hope, a sense of calm, a sense of vulnerability and safety. I hope you're able to come back to this as many times as you need whenever it serves you. If you want more information on how we can work together, contact me at coachlilyAronin@gmail.com. Follow me on YouTube at Ms. Thrive Well, and I hope to see you on Instagram. Let me know how you enjoyed this tapping exercise.